Hello, everyone. My name is Chana Patel, and I am the vendor relations representative at Member Getaways. Thank you for listening in on our first podcast with Member Getaways. On this podcast, we are dedicated to bringing you an incredible guest in the travel industry, and hopefully it will help you plan your next vacation. Today's guest will not disappoint, and he is the Director of Business Development with Viking Cruises, which is an incredible cruise line which focuses on both river and ocean cruising. His name is Javier Yataco. Hi, Javier. How are you doing today?
Hi, good afternoon, Chana. Thanks for having me here. Excited to be here with your members.
Yes, thank you. Just to share a little bit about myself, I worked in the industry for about 12 years, of which I've been at Member Getaways for a little over 8 of those years. Travel has always been a passion of mine, so it's a perfect industry for me to get into. How long have you worked in the industry, Javier?
Oh, Chana, you must have started when you were like 10. For myself, in the industry, 16 years with Viking directly, 2 years actually. So pretty well versed and exciting times right now to be in the industry.
Yeah, and what made you choose Viking, and how long have you worked with them? Oh, you said 2 years?
Yeah, no, great question. So I was with another mass market cruise line before, and just seeing where cruise in general is going, and where there are some unique destinations, and more than just Caribbean and Alaska. I decided to venture out, and when I was looking at this opportunity here with Viking, it just all made sense. Small ships, 190 passengers for a river. At that time, they only had about 60, no, probably about like 50 river ships, and they've grown dramatically over the couple of years. And their ocean program was new back then, so they only had about 3 ships and another ship on order, and now to date we have 6 ships in the water already for ocean and another 10 more committed. So it's been a fun ride. It's all about the destinations and seeing where we could take you. It's pretty well versed out there for all the options that we have.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are growing pretty rapidly.
Yes. There's a lot of confidence out there with the growth. So it's pretty exciting.
And have you ever been on a Viking cruise?
I've been on a few, 4 Viking river cruises now, from the Rhine, the Danube twice now, and Paris in the heart of Normandy also. So that was a great run, and just like gotta see more.
What was your first experience like on one of those cruises?
My first cruise was actually sailing on the Danube, and we were beginning in Budapest. That city, the architecture, the history, seeing the Buda side and the Pest side, and those 2 areas connected by the chain bridge. I mean, it's like one of those moving moments. You know how people say like how travel moves you as an individual and spirit. When you look at that landscape and the architecture and the work there that have survived for hundreds of years, and just like, holy cow, it motivates you, it inspires you. So that was my first taste of river, and not a bad taste if you're seeing Budapest for the first time.
That's amazing. What was your first experience? Oh, sorry. What makes Viking cruises different from other cruise lines?
That's a loaded question, Chana. there's a lot. Our chairman and founder, he constantly refers to Viking as the thinking person's cruise, and we really hit home with that as that being our DNA. Everything that we do on board and ashore is themed around that. The beauty of it is the intimacy. With 190 passengers on our long ships, we could really drive that messaging home. The onboard entertainment with folkloric entertainers from the region, the enrichment programs, the speakers that we bring on, the guides that we have for our included tours, the local cuisine from the region, the locally sourced wines as well from where you're sailing to, I mean, all revolves around that to immerse the guest with the destination. And we really put to heart that taste, touch, and feel with the destination. So it's pretty incredible with how we do it. It's going like back to cruising and what the real romance is, which is the destination and the culture, discover and explore. So, like true Vikings, we're bringing that back.
Mm-hmm. And you said 190 guests on the river?
Yes, on our long ships in river in Europe. Yes.
Okay. And how about ocean cruise?
Ocean
Is it
cruising.
190 as well?
No, it's slightly more. It's small to mid-sized ocean cruising of 930 passengers. That's all balcony staterooms and higher. So there's no insides, no ocean views. Still a lot of inclusions. Just like the river, we include a complimentary shore excursion in each port of call, include the Wi-Fi, include unlimited wine, beer, and soda during lunch and dinner. You have a beautiful spa that you can experience and relax and unwind with the thalassotherapy pools and the thermal steam chambers, and even a snow grotto in the sauna for our ocean product. So it sounds a little weird, but it's an experience. It's like what the Norwegians do. It's an experience of doing extremes of hot and cold and going back and forth. But it's a unique way to cruise ocean, because it's not the sell mentality on board with our ocean product. It's again, just like the river, it's all about the destination. We spend 12 hours in port. We do overnights in the middle, or in the beginning, middle, and towards the end of the voyage. So very, very port driven, and just the inclusions, like I mentioned earlier. So a lot of differences there. It's a premium price tag, but the value and just the level of service, it's hard to beat.
Right, so it's worth it. Now,
Yep.
when you guys do overnights, does the members have options staying on the ship or getting their own hotel in that destination? Okay.
So yeah, you have best of both worlds. If the ship is your floating hotel, so guests could stay on board and do the overnight. And the beauty is, our ships are small. They're 47,000 gross tons. We have access to a lot of unique smaller ports than where the big guys can only fit into. So it really widens our options of where we could dock. Like we could dock in Amsterdam with our ocean product. We could dock in the smaller ports of Venice, just so much in Stockholm, and the variety of home ports of Norway, just all around with our ocean product. In Poland, just because of the size of the vessel. So, yeah.
That's great. That's great. What documents are required to embark the ship?
Pretty easy. It's passport required to board the vessel, so you do need to show that to board on board, and connect with your advisor at Member Getaways to see if any visas are required. There's some itineraries that require visa, like if you're doing river to Russia, if you're doing ocean to China, or even our river passports. And then obviously on an individual level, if you're not a U.S. citizen and from another country traveling on a international passport, you'll need to check with Member Getaways or with your consulate to see what visa requirements are needed.
Right, right. Okay. What is typically the age range on a Viking cruise?
So we cater to 50 and up. That is our core demographic. We're adults only. We curate everything on board to that specific demographic. So you'll find the speakers, the musicians, the entertainers, to that demographic, but again, tailored to the region, right? So if you're sailing the Rhine, you'll find a lot of German entertainment or some French entertainment on board, and just catered from that region. If you're sailing the Danube, we may bring on some classical music when we're in Vienna, the waltz, or some pianist of Mozart for playing classical music there. So all depends on the region, and that's what we really try to pull from.
Okay. And is it the same for ocean and river, the age range, or?
For the age range, yes. For the age range, all for that. So with ocean, we could get into itineraries from 8 days all the way up to 245 days. Like the 8 days to 15 or 12 days, you could find age groups from 50 and up. Once you start passing that 15-day range and longer voyages, you'll find that age group jumps up to 60 plus and so forth. So on river, our longest itinerary is 23 days. On ocean, 245 days. So it's still active, mature individuals. So it's keep that in mind too. So if your members are hearing 50 and up, you're like, oh my gosh, are they in all severely limited mobility? No, not the case at all. It's still highly active with the tours that we have of a lot of walking, some hiking, some biking, some boating, helicopter. But yeah, so be sensitive about that. It's a mature, active group.
And the 245 day, would that be considered a world cruise?
That is the ultimate world cruise, Chana. That is the longest world cruise in the marketplace today. Actually, it departs on August 31st, but we have 4 other world cruises in the marketplace. Yeah, from 160 plus days, 119 days, 120 plus days. So a nice variety of what we have out there for world cruises, and then also some segment cruises as well. If guests just want to do a certain portion of our world cruises, we do have segment cruises or grand voyages, as we call them, that's available to purchase.
Okay, so they can go on part of the cruise instead of doing the whole world cruise.
Correct.
Oh, that's great. What amenities do you guys have on board?
There's a lot. For for river, for amenities, Wi-Fi, 2 dining venues. You have the Aquavit Terrace, which is on the very forward section of the ship, and some open al fresco dining options there for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or just enjoying the views as you sail. You have the Viking Lounge where we do our engage or our enrichment programs and speaker series, or there's a dance floor, a couple of bars on board, 24-hour coffee tea service, Wi-Fi. In your staterooms, it's all different types of amenities there with refrigerator, depending on the cabin, mini bar, all different types. On the ocean, there's even more since there's more space, larger ships. So 8 different dining choices, a spa. You have the pools, 2 pools, hot tubs. The movies by the pool area, the movie screen by the pool area. Just so much more on ocean, but still the driving force and the focus is all about the destination. So
Right.
we like to say sailing the world in comfort, and we deliver that home with both river and ocean.
Does the cuisine always also go with which destination they're traveling through?
It does. It really, really does. We have our regional selection that you could find, and then we also have American classics that you'll always find on the menu in the main dining room for our river product. For ocean, there's even more options just because there's 6 other dining areas instead of just 2. So up in the World Cafe, you have which is our quote unquote buffet area. You could find crab legs to sushi to prime rib to gelatos, or you can go to Namson's deli and you'll find some open faced Norwegian sandwiches, some great soups. You go to the 2 alternative restaurants, Manfredi's Italian restaurant, where it's just Italian themed, and some fresh pastas made daily there, and some great classic pasta dishes. And then the other alternative dining room is Chef's Table, where we rotate that menu every 4 days. That's all from all regions across the world. We'll rotate that menu there. So if you're on an 8-day cruise, you'll probably find 2 menu selections. But if you're on a world cruise, you'll find quite a bit of options throughout the voyage. So just a lot.
Yeah.
And then the room service on ocean is 24 hours and pretty impressive selection from some pasta dishes to filet steaks to salads and burgers kind of deal. So a lot of options, more on ocean than on the river. Yep.
Okay. And I noticed one of the amenities that you didn't mention was casinos. Do you guys have casinos on any of your ships, or
No,
is that
that's a bad word. That's a bad word, Chana. There are no casinos on board. So our chairman and founder, he views casinos as a revenue stream for the cruise lines, and we're not big on the sell on board. So instead of using that space for a casino, we decided to use it for other purposes for the guests to enjoy the cruising experience.
Okay. And what is included on a Viking cruise? I know you said shore excursions are, one shore excursion is that correct?
Correct. So on the river, every day is a port day. Will include the complimentary shore excursion. The included tours can range anywhere from 2 hours to all day, depending on what we're offering. So you have you could preview those online. When you take a look at the itinerary, take a look at the day by day itinerary, and you could view what is the included tour for that specific port of call. Then we also include Wi-Fi. There's no limit, unlimited. That's included. We'll include wine, beer, and soda during your lunch and dinner. There's no maximum number of drinks. It's till your heart desires and until you leave the dining room. Bottles of water are included. All your port fees and taxes are included in the price. So whatever you see there, there's no additional pricing there. Basically, what's not included are the optional tours. If you want to do a second or third tour in the same port, and continue to explore, gratuities are not included. Cocktails or spirits are not included. So if you want like a gin and tonic or a Manhattan or a wine outside of the meals, it's not included. You can pay individually or purchase the beverage package. Spa services like massages and facials are not included, and gift shop is not included.
Okay. And are there specific dining times, or can they dine at any time?
So for river, there is specific ranges for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you could come in at any of those range points, right? So like if dinner's at 7:00, you could come in at 8:00 and still be served dinner. On ocean, same thing. We'll have set times for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you could come in at any time. There's no assigned tables or seats, right? It's first come, first served, and open seating with us.
Okay, and is there a dress code for dinner or lunch?
We like to say smart casual. So we understand our guests are explorers. In the dining room, you can find, for the ladies, a sundress or capris and a blouse is more than sufficient. Dress according to weather. And for the gentlemen, slacks and a polo is more than sufficient. But there's no formal nights, no captain night. So, leave your tuxes and gowns at home. Really not needed unless if you want to get all spruced up, you can.
Okay. And which countries does Viking visit? And do they offer services in the U.S.?
Great. So a whole bunch of countries in Europe. we really touch on river and ocean all across Europe, the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, pretty much all around the world, minus maybe North Korea and Antarctica, right? So we're not there yet. Yeah, but pretty much almost all around between river and ocean. And was there another question? Oh, do we sail in the U.S.? We only sail out of the U.S. on our ocean product. When our ship comes to New York, Miami, or L.A., those are our U.S. ports when our ships are sailing out of, and they're very short seasons. But I know we did have a premature announcement of U.S. river cruising. We're not there yet, but we are still working on that project. So hopefully we could make an announcement in the near future once we have further progress.
That would be amazing.
Yep.
What itineraries are best for new members to Viking?
New to Viking, there's our Grand European Tour. That is river cruising. That's in Europe. That's sailing on the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube rivers. So really the three main rivers of Europe. That is usually our number one seller, from Amsterdam to Budapest or Budapest up to Amsterdam. it's a home run if you're a first-time river cruiser. If 15 days is too much, then we do have 2 8 days that are very popular for first-time river cruisers. It's the Rhine Getaway from Amsterdam to Basel, or Basel to Amsterdam, and then Romantic Danube from Nuremberg to Budapest, or Budapest to Nuremberg, also 8 days. Those three are very popular for first-time river cruisers.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then let's just end the podcast with 3 reasons why you think someone should consider a Viking cruise from your experience.
Great question. So 3 points: unique destinations, small ship experience with elevated service, and the value, all of the inclusions that we offer. It's hard to beat. Those 3 things: unique destinations, elevated service because of small ships, and everything that we include with the ticket prices is just hard to beat.
And it may seem like a lot up front, but then you're not adding on a lot more while you're on the
Oh
cruise.
my gosh.
Be surprised.
Yeah, the tours alone, the wine, beer, and soda during your meals, the Wi-Fi, the bottles of water, just that intimacy to you don't feel like you're herded in masses. I mean, that's value right there, right? So it's huge. The level of service, the quality of the experience, hard to beat. Really, really hard to beat.
Right. Absolutely. So if you guys are ready, I hope you're ready to book a Viking cruise, and you can call anyone at Member Getaways, and Travel Concierge Specialist will be able to assist you. The phone number is 828-785-4562, and our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Javier does have a bonus for us here, an exclusive offer, which is $200 per cabin ship credit with new bookings made from today to August 31st. So you only have a couple days, so make sure you call in and get that taken care of with your Travel Concierge Specialist. And thank you so much for enlightening us today, Javier. We really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to teach us a little more about Viking cruises.
It was my pleasure, Chana, and hopefully this was helpful to your members, and we hope to see you all on board a Viking ship in the very near future. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.